Ian's got a new acronym that he wants to share with y'all.
I do.
It's called PABSWA.
It stands for People Against Bland Songwriting.
PABSWA.
PABSWA.
So we're going to explain what that means with some quick tips that are going to help you make songs that aren't just bland.
Yeah, we're going to do a quick video series of just easy ideas to implement and to listen to, because you know what, theory helps construct, but theory also can be limiting in terms of like, oh, if you always think in theory, you know, and sometimes you want to hear some other ideas that, and these are just some ideas that we've either done ourselves or stolen from things.
Nothing cutting edge.
Yeah.
You'll see this all the time, but we're just going to shine some light on in case you haven't used these before.
And this is going to be for chord progressions and rhythm and lead, whatever we can think of to help, you know, populate the group PABSWA.
That's right. And if you use these in your own songwriting, let us know and we'll send you a PABSWA blue ribbon.
All right, so let's talk about ideas.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
You go first, Sean.
All right, so...
The inaugural PABSWA.
The very first PABSWA tip. All right, the flat 7 major chord.
Oh, yep.
So good.
So good.
It's always so good. What that means is, and basically if you have ambitions to write songs, you need to know that there are 7 notes in a scale. Each of those notes become a chord, right? So let's take the key of G.
Love it.
G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. 7 notes. 1, 4, 5 are major. The first, 4th, and 5th notes of G are G, C, and D.
Yep.
Those become major chords.
Nice.
2, 3, and 6 are minor. That would be A minor, B minor, E minor.
Yes.
7 is diminished, half diminished, however you want to look at it. But you know what note isn't in the key of G? F.
That's right.
There you go.
But there are so many songs that have G, C, D, and F.
F, my favorite ones, actually.
Yeah.
So just in fact, the Lo-Fi Christmas album that I put out, there's a flat 7 major chord in like every song. That's the sound of that album.
Okay, great.
That I'm just trying to reinvent. So
you can listen to it.
For example, right? Like let's just kind of jam on G. To C. Back to G. To D. One more time around to kind of get in the groove. G. Back to G. And then to D. Then G.
Nice.
G, flat 7 major, F major chord. One more time. G, flat 7, F, C. And then you'll notice the resolution is still on G.
Right.
What you could see that as, if we have 2 different parts there, you know, the G to C to D part is a 1, 4, 5 in G.
Yep.
But then it's like, okay, now we're going G, F, C.
Yeah.
You can see that as a key change.
Yes.
To a 5, 4, 1 in C.
But it's like, how'd you get there?
Yeah, here's the thing though, but we're still resolving on G.
Right.
So we're not really changing the key.
No, you're just introducing a new chord.
Yeah, and it works everywhere. And it's super easy to find. Whatever key you're in the key of A. You don't even have to know the scale, just go 2 frets lower.
2 frets lower.
I'm in the key of A, use all the cool A stuff.
Ooh, C sharp minor.
Yeah, so just A, back to C sharp minor, then go to G.
Nice.
Sounds great, and then the resolve is still
As
there.
a matter of fact, Lay Lady Lay by Bob Dylan. A, right?
Sure.
Then C sharp minor.
Yeah.
Then G, and then B minor.
Right?
So there it is right there in action.
Yeah,
Just,
however you want to look at it, you can see that as 1 chord progression, a 1 to a 3, move down a step.
Or
That works. Or just the flat 7, a 1, 3, flat 7 major chord 2.
Again, it doesn't matter really how you get there.
Yeah.
What you look at is it's just the fact that works, the mentality works. And also one thing I want to bring up, you know, a lot of people, you know, they think when they talk about keys and can you break a key, breaking a key does not in any way mean it's going to sound bad.
Sure.
It just means you stepped outside the written logical path of a musical pathway, but it doesn't mean it sounds bad. People break keys all the time.
Leaving the diatonic realm.
Yeah, and it's okay. So playing a song in the key of whatever and introducing the flat 7 chord as a major, if it sounds good, you do it. And that's the point of PABSWA.
And that's the PABSWA way.
PABSWA number 1, tip number 1. Are you ready for PABSWA tip number 2?
Number 2 PABSWA?
Number 2.
Let's hear it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
all right, first is the worst, second is the best in PABSWA. Okay.
As in life.
So I discovered this in the song that I was just studying, but we're going to do it in the key of... let's do it... Well, okay, let's do it starting on A minor.
Okay.
So I discovered this thing. If you write a song, let's say... I don't like saying in the key of A minor, but let's just say we write a song starting on A minor. The chords are A minor, and then it goes to a G. This is a very famous chord progression. And then F. And then you're going to go down to the E. Now, you hear this a lot, but I want to explain this really quickly. This is in the key of C. It's a 6, the A minor, 5, the G, 4 to the F. Now, the 3 chord in the key of C, C, D, E, should be played as an E minor chord. But a lot of people, especially in the country realm nowadays, or anywhere really, that 3 chord can be played as a 7th chord. Now, this is kind of like Papsua tip 2 and then 2A or 2B.
Oh.
So using your 3rd chord or your 3 chord as a 7th, it has a better effect of a turnaround back to your minor start. What I mean by that, you're starting on the 6, A minor. And
The
then,
most important minor chord in a key.
yes,
Known as the relative minor.
And then you can hear that I'm playing the 3 chord as a 7th chord, E7. And then it goes nicely back to the A minor. And it's a trick that everyone uses, but I'm going to take it a little bit further.
Please. do
Okay,
it.
so...
There are no limits in Papsua.
No limits in Papsua. That's rule number 37. So here we go. So what we're going to do is the first thing is play the 3rd chord as a 7th, but also, if you really want to smack people in the face with a good sound, that's subtle, they don't know what happens, and I want you to follow me here. The 7th, any 7th chord is known as a dominant chord, and that chord wants to go back home to where it should be, which should be back to a 1 of where that chord is. Let me explain. You have an E7 here. An E7 really is the 5 chord in the key of A. All right? And that's where the E7 is begging to go back to an A major.
Count backwards from 5.
There you go. You do it.
E, D, C, B, A.
Oh.
Not drunk.
Okay, that was good.
C
I was like, I can't do that
coppers.
because I've had a couple Papsuas.
Yeah.
So I started, if you notice, I started on A minor. I started on A major. G, F, E7. And if I want to take the song to another place, now I can go to an A major and I can play things in A major. So watch this. I start off in A minor. And I'm really in this relative minor A minor. And I go to F. I have this E7. Now that E7 is going back to A major and key change.
Oh, yeah.
And now, so I went from starting on an A minor through a chord progression, got to that 3rd, and I used that as a dominant chord to go to an A major. Changing keys, sounds phenomenal. A little more intense than I wanted to get to.
You give him that Papsua slap.
Papsua swap.
The Papsua swap.
Papsua
Pab
slap.
swap?
The Pab swap.
Yeah.
Slap.
We're coining a lot of new terms for this series.
It'll all be on our merch.
It is, yeah. It is a series, by the way.
It is a series.
Teaser for the next one. I'm going to piggyback for Papsua tip 3.
Okay.
Not in this video, but the next one.
video.
So make sure you stay alerted on all these videos. There's an even more special way of doing what you just did.
Really?
And it involves the augmented chord.
Yes.